In recent months, I've had a serious love-hate relationship, mostly hate, with the Battle Royale genre. There was a time where I was really into Fortnite, really into PUBG, but that changed. PUBG, not because of bad mechanics or anything like that, or me not being good at it, even though I wasn't really good at it to begin with. It was more so that my computer couldn't really handle it. So I just decided to stop messing with it because I didn't want to get motion sickness from looking at something running in 20 to 30 frames. But Fortnite, the frame rate issue did arise, but that wasn't really the main issue behind it. The main issue behind Fortnite and my growing hatred of it was not only because of things that Epic was doing, not only because of just the game itself, but because of how I as a person reacted to it. I developed minor anger issues when related to Fortnite and other Battle Royale games. I mean, heck, recently I did a Battle Royale style game mode with friends with Minecraft. It wasn't the traditional Hunger Games, it was our own little private thing where we would have 3 days to prepare and then hunt each other down and kill each other. It was supposed to be fun, but I've discovered a little bit about myself that I'm super competitive, and because of that, losing was not an option. And I did lose, and it didn't turn out well for me. While I didn't really say or do anything that would have been seen as socially inappropriate, my mindset shifted from happy to really downtrodden really fast. And when I gave Fall Guys a go on a live stream not too long ago, my first impressions weren't good. You can see my reactions. I wasn't having fun, and I was very frustrated with my overall experience. However, recently I decided to bite the bullet and give it another go, this time on PC where I can actually run the game at decent frame rate. Or not just decent, at really good frame rate. And this game, a game about jelly beans playing Wipeout, changed my perspective on the Battle Royale genre. And tonight, I'm going to be talking about why. And about what makes Fall Guys special compared to the other Battle Royale titles. So without further ado, let's ado. Hey, what's going on, geeks? Maxusthebeast is here, and welcome to Fall Guys. Now, I don't know if you guys heard of this game. It's a small indie project that's kind of gone under the radar. Totally hasn't been trending on YouTube. What are you talking about? But recently, I've gotten really into this game. But as mentioned, this game changed my mindset, not just how I view the Battle Royale genre, but how I play games. This game, I don't know how long its lifespan is going to be, but in the short time I've been playing it, it's already done a lot to help me. And I'm going to be going over why that is. So for those of you who are still living under that rock and have no clue what Fall Guys is essentially, well, what I kind of joked about a minute ago. It's jelly beans and Wipeout. You play as a little jelly bean guy. You are thrown into a server with 60 other people, and then each round the total group of people is decreased, and there's only a certain amount of people who can make it through. And you also but in order to qualify, you have to survive either the obstacle courses, classic Wipeout courses like the Jump Club game mode, complete memory puzzles like in the Perfect Match, or compete in team-based game modes like Egg Scramble or Team Tail Tag, where you are cooperating with other people in order to qualify your team. It's a very Mario Party-esque game where instead of all the board game style thing without worrying about how many stars you have and whatnot, instead of reaching an end goal by playing Monopoly, you're just playing the mini games. And it's a lot of chaotic, hectic fun. And you're going to find yourself yelling at people frequently because you're working with a larger conglomerate. Game modes such as DoorDash can be kind of stressful when you get into a large mosh pit of people and can't get through an opening. And the Seesaw game mode is nothing but anxiety and stress because apparently nobody understands how physics work. And so you end up getting a bunch of people standing on one side of the seesaw, and then you're stuck there or fall off and have to do everything over again because these idiots don't understand how to progress properly. But that's part of the hectic fun. It's not entirely skill-based, but there are some game modes where skill does play a part. And there's always something in it for a casual fan or a competitive fan. If you are more casual, it's goofy fun. If you're competitive, well, you can still have a competitive experience. And with practice, you can get better at each game mode and progress up the ranks. While there's no true competitive playlist, you can still choose to play the game however you want. Do you absolutely have to be that first person through the finish line? Or are you okay with taking your time and just seeing how things turn out, and slow and steady wins the race and all that? That's up to you and what kind of player you are. And that's one of the reasons why I grew to despise Fortnite and other traditional Battle Royale games. Because I've discovered that I am stupidly competitive. Which is why I liked games like Overwatch, Valorant, or CSGO. Because I could really get into the competitive playlists, and I felt really good and satisfied when I was able to do well, lead a team to victory, contribute to a team, that sort of thing. But when it came down to a game like Fortnite, where only one can win, but Fortnite in particular wasn't entirely based on shooting. Whereas games like Overwatch or CSGO, shooting was your main mechanic, and with Overwatch you have to manage abilities and whatnot and worry about what other people are doing. Overwatch is its own thing. But with Fortnite, it wasn't based on your shooting skills. It was based on your shooting skills in combination with how fast you can build the Empire State Building the second a bullet whizzed by your forehead. That frustrated me because, again, coming from a background of Counter-Strike, TF2, Overwatch, and other shooter games, it didn't seem fair to have a Battle Royale game where building was more important than shooting. And with Fall Guys, my mentality of I got to win, I got to win, I got to win took over and took to the forefront. Which meant that I stressed out constantly about whether or not I won or lost. Which is why, if you watched my stream a few weeks ago when I was playing on the PS4, that's why I was having such a bad experience with it. Because I was playing so try-hard, and I just couldn't stand losing. And especially since, with Fall Guys, I can't take out the competition. The competition will lose because of its own incompetence, not because of me. While I can grief, it's not my own actions that are taking out the competition. It's their own skill or lack of skill that will shrink down the player base. And after playing through on stream, my brain decided, okay, I'm never playing this game again. Because I got really upset over it. After the stream, I just felt horrible. I was angry. I was frustrated. I was not having a good time. And again, my brain's like, I'm never touching this game again. And I didn't really intend to. Until I got paid. And then I'm like, you know what? Maybe the game will be a bit more enjoyable if I could actually play it at 60 FPS or higher. Because even on console, even on PlayStation 4, which Call of Duty can run at 60 FPS, for some reason Fall Guys is locked at 30. So I decided maybe if I could have an increased frame rate, have that kind of experience, maybe I'd enjoy the game a bit more. In my first few games, I didn't do well at all, and the mindset repeated itself. But there came a eureka moment where I'm not entirely sure where it came from. But I was watching a YouTuber by the name of AlphaRad play the game. And he was just having a lot of fun with it. Just playing through mini games and playing to win. But I noticed something. While he got wins, and while he tried his darndest to win, winning wasn't his #1 goal. He was having fun with it and winning on the side. And for some reason, it took this game to get my mind to embrace that it's just a game. When I talked about Ninja's controversial statements about competitive gaming, I accepted in my mind that it's okay to take a game as seriously as you want to, as well as it's okay to not take a game seriously depending on context. Like if you're playing competitive level Dota 2, you should take the game seriously, but if you're playing a game like Mario or I don't know, 7 Days to Die, Chivalry, Mordau, or something like that, it's okay to have fun. It's okay to just goof around, do what you want. You don't have to take the game, you don't have to live and breathe that game. While I accepted that mentality, I didn't embrace it. It wasn't who I was. I'm a perfectionist. And everything I do in my life, I want to be the best at it. And if I can't be the best at it, well, I strive to do the best that I absolutely can do. And I still strive for the top, which can honestly explain a lot of issues I have in life, where I strive to be at the top, and I feel bad if I can't meet that mark. This is why I wasn't too big on Fall Guys. Because I couldn't be the best. Because there's 60 other people crowding around me and impacting my own gameplay experience. But my mindset changed. I finally decided to give it a go, and instead of gunning for a victory, have fun. Just roll with the punches and see where it goes. If I win, I win. If I lose, my priority isn't about that. My priority is on having fun and enjoying the game. And I know this sounds like a thanks I'm cured situation, where it's like, oh, you just changed your mindset slightly. How do you just snap a finger? It seems like just so easy. It wasn't really. There's still things in the back of my mind saying, oh, you gotta win, you gotta do this, I can do this. But my mind had to fight itself to reach the conclusion that no, it doesn't really matter. I'm playing the game, and I'm gonna have fun with it. That's the point of a game. And once I got the definition down, the world changed. So, in general, I'm not dropping my competitive nature entirely, because when I'm playing games like Counter-Strike or TF2, I'm still striving to do the best I can to bring my team to victory. I'm gonna do what I can there. When I'm playing Fall Guys, or other games like that, or just Battle Royale games, I'm gonna have fun with it. I'm not gonna, just get myself so worked up over it where I stop having fun. Because when I stop having fun, like Ninja would say, that is when I have truly lost twice. But that doesn't mean that Fall Guys is perfect. It's close to it. Because it's honestly one of the more balanced games, mostly based on luck and your skill at platforming, or in some cases memory, to succeed. There aren't really too many unfair mechanics. You'll occasionally run into a hacker, which is really sad because who the frick would hack at this game? You have an equal chance of winning. You just gotta keep going. I mean, I haven't gotten a win yet, but I'm not gonna stoop to the level of enabling speed hacks to fly through a level and get the #1 spot. That doesn't seem fun. The hacking removes the fun. What satisfaction do you get out of that? You didn't earn it. You didn't do anything. You just kind of got in there, ruined the experience for everybody else. Are you just in a constant state of Schadenfreude? Is that what you are? Do you just enjoy the suffering of others? But I haven't experienced too many hackers, thankfully. I know there's plenty of people who have been, but that is one thing that removes the fun from people. And server quality is definitely pretty, not great, but that's really a day-to-day thing. Like, some days things will be alright, some days everything's really sketchy, because the developers weren't really anticipating Fall Guys becoming as much of a success as it did. So when you got 100,000 people just popping on at complete random and out of the blue, they weren't prepared for the server overload that followed. So that's that. And I know that the team games, especially Team Tail Tag, or the Tail Tag game modes in general, receive a lot of flack because you could do pretty much frick all for most of it, and then at the very end just grab a tail and then win. Because it's not about who has the tail the longest, but who has it at all when the timer hits 0. Which I'm fine, which personally, really unpopular opinion, I'm okay with. Because I think it rewards players for stealing stuff. Because that's the purpose of tail tag. It's flag football without the football. You gotta steal the other person's flag. Or tail. Now, I do agree that for Royal Fumble, which is the final round version of tail tag, that maybe it should factor in how long you had the tail versus who stole the tail in the last plausible second. But even then, you can get some pretty cool clutch moments when you steal the tail in the last possible second. So, again, tail tag's kind of a gray area for me. But I do know that a lot of the group and team-based games are despised by the overall player base. Which part of me understands why, because no one in games like CSGO or Overwatch Competitive, no one likes working with randoms. Where you're not in control of who you're playing with, they're not your friends, you don't know them, you don't know them, they don't know you. So it's hard to work together with people you have no clue who they are, or their background, or anything like that. And with this, it's a Battle Royale game. Only one can win. So working together with your eventual opposition, or already opposition, seems kind of counterintuitive and counterproductive. Because you're working with people you're going to eventually backstab. Because you're going to try to win, and they're not going to win, even though you're playing on that team with them. But, and occasionally you'll get a team that actually coordinates, or quote-unquote coordinates, because there is no in-game voice chat. So you just kind of have to work off of what is the conglomerate doing, what is the amalgamation of players doing, what are they doing. So that's that. You just got to work with that and then try to coordinate through those methods. So I do understand the complaints behind some of the team game modes. I personally like them. Again, unpopular opinion. But I do legitimately enjoy the team-based game modes. But that's just me. And my silly personal opinions. But Fall Guys, no, it isn't perfect. And I don't know how long its popularity is going to last. Part of me hopes it does turn into the next Fortnite type thing. Not meaning turning into what Fortnite has become, but become the next big sensation and last for a few years. I hope it becomes a game that lasts for a few years because it's a lot of fun. And Season 2 from the trailer, from the gameplay trailer, looks like it's going to be fun to play through. Not just with the cosmetics, but also for the new game modes they're adding in. And I think as long as Devolver keeps adding in new content, the game will survive for a long period of time. They just got to keep adding in new stuff and keeping the experience fresh. And maybe have this giant pool of game modes where no 2 rounds will be the same. Because while I still have yet to truly experience every single game mode, and I'm still having fun with the game modes that I've already experienced, there are a lot of times where I just get into this loop of, oh, I'm getting DoorDash again, oh, there's seesaws, and getting similar game modes repeatedly. Which is fine, I'm still having a lot of fun, but I'm looking forward to having a larger pool of minigames to work with. Another thing that I am going to actually praise Devolver for, or Mediatonic, is how they handled microtransactions of all things. Because while you can purchase coins, while there are costume DLCs that you can purchase on the Steam or on the PlayStation Store, they're not in your face. But also, everything, every cosmetic can be earned by just doing well at the game. Just by playing the game. Because at the end of the game, you get the Battle Pass just by playing the game, by owning the game. You work your way through the Battle Pass by just playing the game. At the end of each round, you get experience points depending on what long you lasted, how many objectives you completed, and whatnot. And you also gain kudos, which are your coins, just by playing the game and completing rounds. So you can get cosmetics by using kudos, or if you win, you get crowns. You can also get crowns by reaching certain tiers in the Battle Pass. But the primary way of gaining crowns and the more sustainable way of getting crowns will be through just playing through matches and winning matches. So, but you cannot purchase crowns. So if you want a lot of the cool cosmetics, you gotta play it out. And you gotta get good. And I like that. It rewards players for winning. So you're not just getting a statistic or an umbrella. You're getting a reward that can be used to get your character a cool outfit that you can then flex on other players with. Like, haha, I have this cool outfit because I won a lot of times. So the microtransactions aren't pay to win. They aren't always in your face. The Battle Pass is completely free, and not just unlike the Fortnite or Warzone free Battle Pass, which just gives you a handful of things. You can completely max out the Battle Pass just by playing the game, and get every single reward just by playing the game, which is how it should be. You get all the cool content just by playing the game and doing well. What more can you ask for? Honestly, again, I hope Fall Guys lasts, the popularity and prominence and success of Fall Guys lasts for a long time, because I'm having a blast with this game. I'm going to definitely be playing this game more, maybe streaming it more, and definitely making more content talking about it. Because there's a lot to say about it that I love to cover in more detail down the road. But this is just some things I've liked, some things that I think need some slight things that need improvement, but more importantly, how Fall Guys has shaped my gaming mindset and career. I didn't go into this game expecting to have my gaming worldview shattered or reshaped. But it happened. And honest to goodness, I'm thankful for it. So, have you guys played Fall Guys? Or, more importantly, who hasn't? But if you have, what do you like about it? And I'm going to ask you guys a quick question. What is your favorite and least favorite Fall Guys minigame? Do you dislike the team-based games? Do you like them? But I'm not just asking for a broad term like, oh, do you like the race games or do you like the team-based games? I just want to know what specifically. Like, do you like the whirligig? Or do you like Hoopsie Daisy? Let me know in the comment section down below. Anyway, guys, thank you guys for tuning in, and I hope to fall into your day. I don't know where I was going with that. Some other time. Thanks again for watching, and as always, Maxusthebeast is out.